Minnesota's seen record numbers of COVID cases, and Twin Cities public schools are divided over distance learning.
Minneapolis moved classes online today for the next 2 weeks, but students in St. Paul are still headed into the classroom. WCCO's Kirsten Mitchell explains the different approaches.
This is her room. She has a big bulletin board.
Kaya's bedroom is now her 4th grade classroom once again.
It's going pretty good. I just kind of wish there were more teachers so we could spend more time at school.
Citing staffing shortages, Minneapolis public schools moved online for 2 weeks, while keeping buildings open, buses running, and meals available for those who need a place to learn.
It really has come down to the point that we cannot adequately operationalize our schools on behalf of our students.
Kaya's mom, Karen, hopes it's temporary but understands the need.
I'm pregnant, so I get a little more worried about the rising cases and her going to school because I don't want to get sick with COVID, or my son who's unvaccinated, I don't want him to get COVID.
In St. Paul Public Schools, a letter went out Thursday to staff and families saying classes will remain in person at all schools. Any move online will be determined on a school-to-school basis.
The letter said the district proposed a 2 weeks distance learning plan, but couldn't come to an agreement on the terms with the union representing St. Paul teachers.
We have an agreement with the district that staff wouldn't need to go into buildings, and that was suddenly shifted without a discussion.
Union President Leah Vandasser says talks with the district are ongoing. They're providing staff with medical-grade masks and revising isolation and quarantine guidelines in accordance to the CDC and the state.
We're just all trying to do the best we can with what we have. And going forward, we'd really like to just have a solid plan so that people know what to expect.
Kirsten Mitchell, WCCO 4 News.
St. Paul Public Schools says it will announce details soon about its new isolation and quarantine guidelines. Minneapolis Public Schools is set to resume in-person learning on January 31st.